G'day everyone. Now finally after 2 months I'm getting away. I've been granted 3 nights by the other half for this trip. So I'm going to head down to a spot on the south coast again. It's been a while since I've been down there. And this joint, as far as I know, has no name. There's just bush tracks to get in there. I don't know how busy it's going to be because it is the Easter long weekend. Where I'm going, there's a creek, a beach, plenty of little bush tracks all around there, so obviously it's somewhere that's frequented by a few people. I've no idea what the bush tracks are like getting in there. Don't know if I'm going to have any trouble getting in there or not, so it's all brand new for me, but then nearly every trip I do is brand new anyway, so since my last trip what have I done? I haven't really done any more mods to my setup. I just redid some of the wiring and that was it. My wiring was sort of like hit and miss because I was using one of those King's battery boxes and I had my fridge running direct to the battery box and it would sort of cut in and cut out, so I've just gotten rid of the battery box lid and I'm running everything direct from the terminals, and then it sort of goes off to each of the different things that I'm powering. Since then I've got a 150 amp cutout switch that sort of I'm using as my master switch, and that way obviously when I don't need to use power I just press the cutout button and that's it. No more power gets drained from my batteries. It's worked really well. The only other thing I've really done is I've just bought another kayak. Obviously I had the inflatable kayak last time I went camping and they're really good, but it's just once you finish using it, you've got to dry them out properly, and so then you have to sort of like time when you finish using your kayak to when you're actually going to leave. You've got to time that, you know, a few hours to let your kayak dry out sufficiently and then pack it in its bag and put it away. So last time I had to actually take the kayak out of its bag when I got home and just unroll it again and let it dry out a bit more. So yeah, when I get down to this spot, if I can get a spot there and if I can even get in, I'm going to try and set up a full setup of my camp, and I'll give you a bit of a show around everything. Alright, I'll see you in another hour and a half hopefully. Alrighty, here we go. This is where the adventure really begins now. So there's a series of bush tracks I'm going to have to take to get down to this spot that I want to camp out along the beach. bits flying around inside my car. Well, I thought I just lost the tyre. I shit myself then because there was like this flicking noise coming from my back passenger side of my car. I thought, fuck, I've just shredded a tyre because it's been going through some fucking rocky terrain. So I got out to check it. It was just a fucking twig stuck between the tyre and the mudguard, and obviously, you know, flicking, making a noise. Fuck. Alright, here we go again. Buckle up. It's been getting gnarly. I've taken the overland route, or I could have gone along the beach. I'm not a fan of driving on the beach. Maybe one day I will, but I'm still not a fan of it. Alright. There's one spot further back there that I kind of got stuck for a little bit. Took a couple of goes to get up over a rocky hill, and the only damage, as far as I know, that I did to my ute was just because I had to roll back a bit. You know, it must have hit like a rock or something, and it's just sort of smashed the casing that my Anderson plug was in. It's like a protective casing, so I've got plenty of little like caps for Anderson plugs. I'll just put one of those on here. But yeah, that's it. That's been the hardest thing so far. It was like a complete washout rocky area. Anyway, there it is. There's the river. It's just down the hill there. Plenty of water in it. I don't think anyone's out here because I haven't seen any fresh tyre tracks. So nah, there's people here. Spoke too bloody soon. Oh well. So this is about as good as it's going to get. I'm up on the hill overlooking. I'm not down at the water, but this is about the best spot. I did try and go down there on the beach, but got bogged pretty quick, so I got out of there. And this is the second spot up here that I scouted, and it is hard ground. I didn't want hard, I wanted softer ground, but this is going to do. This is my setup when it's all on there, packed ready to go. I had to use the Max Tracks to get out of the bog down by the beach. So they normally go up here, just in there. But obviously I just used them. But you can see there's the tent, kayak, water, tool. That's not a toolbox for tools. It does have like oil change stuff and just things I might need in case I run into trouble, car trouble. Alright, I'll start unpacking and I'll show you the inside of the ute there. So this is the back of the ute. Spare diesel, which I will chuck into the ute today. Just some things like tarps, annex flooring, solar panels, toilet, you know, the reef shoes, fan, toolboxes. So I've got a electrical toolbox, I've got a power toolbox for things like drills and impact wrench, and I've also got a electrical power tools and just a normal toolbox, and then at the back here is my kitchen. So obviously the fridge, oven, cooker, all the utensils, cutlery, that sort of stuff, drinking water, and there's like a cast iron pan up there and some washing up stuff. Obviously kettle up the top there, that's even though it's good enough for drinking water, it's my shower water and just other water for other things. Alright, let's start unpacking and set the camp up. Okay, so that's everything unpacked. There's a few things I've kind of learnt from this trip. I'm not going to bother having that table attached to underneath the roof rack anymore. It's too hard to get it off. I don't know where I'm going to put it and how I'm going to secure it, but I'll come up with an idea. With the rooftop tent, the awning that comes off the front here it's impossible to get the metal sticks that hold it taut sticking out. It's impossible to have them on with the awning off the ute here. So I've done guy ropes either side. It's doing the job. At least it won't flap around at the middle of the night with the wind. It's pretty windy up here. I'll take this off. This is going to drive me nuts, banging all night. So I'll leave that there and I'll put water in it tomorrow. So everything unpacked. It's taken a while to do it all, and I do really need to come up with a better system. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the answer is to do one of those 270-degree spin-out awnings. Solar on the ground here. No point really using solar at the moment because it's just not really sunny enough. I do have a like a King's double ensuite shower thingy, but I don't like it. I hate packing it up, so I just made my own out of some Kmart shower thingies and just some conduit pipe to keep its shape at the top and to hold it down the bottom. So that's the shower. Plenty of room inside. It's 1 metre by 1 metre. So yep, the hard part's going to be dragging the kayak all the way down the road onto the sand in the water. I'll just do that tomorrow. I can't be buggered doing it today. Setting this up was enough work, but I'm happy. I think I'm only going to stay for 2 nights. That way I give myself as much time as I need on Sunday to pack up and get going, because the road in was pretty rough and I've only got 3 hours to get from here back to home on Monday and go to work, so I may as well just leave on Sunday and make sure I'm back on time. I can't wait to get out and explore. Beautiful spot. Tin of stag, some Kransky cut up, a rum and coke. Yep, this is about as good as it gets, I reckon. What a night. I don't think I got all that much sleep, and the wind just kept buffeting the tent and my shower tent thingy all night. I had to get out at one point and just take the slack out of the lines and tighten it up a bit and weigh the shower tent down with some water containers. But yeah, I did get some sleep in the end. I was considering packing up this morning and moving to there's another camp spot behind me. Sorry, not behind me, in front of me, up the river. But no, just because I'm only going to stay one more night, so I'll stick it out for tonight. I'll pack up tomorrow and I'll head home tomorrow. But I can take my time on Sunday. Today I'm just going to kayak up the river, and the next time I come here I might go to the other spot. So breakfast is over with. Kind of waiting for it to warm up. It's a bit cold out here. I'm all rugged up. I don't normally wear 4 layers of clothes. I'll give it a little bit longer. I don't think it's going to get all that sunny today, which is a bit of a pain for the solar as well. But my battery's kicking along brilliantly. It's still on 12.8 volts. So it's not like I'm in dire need of sunlight right now for the power setup. But just a little bit of sun just to warm the area up would be great, and I'll hop on my kayak and go exploring up the river, because I really want to do that. Like, I bought bait and everything to go fishing, but all I want to do at the moment is get in that kayak and just paddle up the river and just see the sights. Come on, sunshine. It's pretty amazing. I have this whole river to myself. I mean, it's only probably like a kilometre or so long, but I've already probably just been up a few hundred metres, 500, 600 metres of it, and it's just amazing. And to think this is not packed out on the Easter long weekend. Mind you, the track getting in is very rough. I'm a fair way up the river now. You can see it's getting narrow, and there's a little bit of a narrow bit back there to get through between two fallen trees, and there's a bit of like algae forming on top of the water back there. I'm not sure how much like underwater life is going to be up here. I think when I go fishing I'll go back down near the mouth. But this is just amazing. This is worth the drive out here. It's hard trying to paddle and film at the same time. It's a new challenge. Sorry. And that's it, that's the end of the trail. Now I'll head back down the river again. Well, I'm really enjoying this. This is just amazing. Who would have thought I'd like kayaking? I doubt I would have done any of this before I lost my like 50 kilos of weight that I lost last year. I would have found a reason to not exert energy. Anyway, how about this? It's amazing. Could just hang out here all day. Although there is fish in the river, I've had no luck so far. So I'm back at the mouth of the river. So I've ditched the bait. I didn't bring a freezer with me. I've got one in my wife's car. Maybe next time I'll bring that. There was fish in the river. I did try and just have a go at fishing where I saw the fish about halfway up the river. But it's in a lot of snags and, you know, snag city, and the problem is the wind is so strong it's blowing me into the snags. I don't have the rod holders on my kayak, so I've got to hold the rod and hold the paddle at the same time, and just kind of keep myself in the one spot. Then of course you're making a splash, and then the fish are going to go anyway. I tried a couple of other spots, got stuck in some trees with the fishing line, so I gave the fishing away. I think what I'm going to do from now on is when I buy my bait, is just break it up into small amounts.